Meet Brian. Brian is the Vice President of Global Demand Creation for a high-tech company. This was Brian just under 1 year ago. Disheveled, frustrated, annoyed, defeated, and embarrassed. Why? Brian suffered with a problem that many demand creation leaders just like him still suffer with today. Pipeline dysfunction, otherwise known as PD. Pipeline dysfunction symptoms often include low-quality sales leads that just don't close. Why? No budget, no time frame, no authority, and just plain not interested. Absolutely no useful intelligence about sales opportunities. Not to mention highly inaccurate sales forecasts. Poor Brian. He has classic pipeline dysfunction symptoms. Sales leads that just don't move quickly through the pipeline. In Brian's case, the pace was painfully slow. Unnurtured leads that are eventually lost to competitors. There go your leads, Brian, and all you can do is watch. All because you didn't address their needs or give them the information they wanted when they wanted it. Lack of alignment between sales and marketing. Always disagreeing about the lead definition, the handoff process, accountability. Poor Brian. What are we going to do about that dysfunctional pipeline problem of yours, Brian? Research shows that 3 out of every 5 demand creation leaders have PD and don't even know it. They either don't recognize the symptoms or just don't know what to do about them. Because of his PD, Brian used to avoid sales meetings with his CEO. Brian, you can run and you can hide, but in the end, he will find you. And when he does, it's not going to be pretty, Brian. He'd blame the VP of marketing for giving him low-quality leads. And he was probably right, because Brian knew that his sales team and the marketing team just weren't on the same page. The leads he got weren't the leads he wanted. Brian kept getting more and more frustrated. He'd blame his sales reps for not staying in contact with their leads. And he was right about that too. After all, what's the point of following up on low-quality leads anyway, when there are so many other productive things sales reps could be doing? He'd even blame his chief financial officer for setting his sales revenue goals unrealistically high. Jump, Brian, jump! Can you reach that carrot? Can your sales team hit that goal? Is it really unrealistic, Brian, or are you just not prepared? Brian would blame his data guy for using outdated and inaccurate marketing lists that just didn't reach the right target markets. Kind of like throwing darts randomly, huh, Brian? Is this as good as the data gets? Brian, feeling dejected and defeated, wised up and decided to consider alternative solutions to his embarrassing pipeline dysfunction. Brian wonders, could outsourcing to Televerde help him solve the problem? Could things finally be looking up for Brian? He collaborated with Televerde specialists and with his own sales and marketing teams on go-to-market strategy, value proposition messaging, research, portfolio marketing, and much-needed sales support. Yes, Brian, life can be easier. Brian signed up for Televerde's integrated approach to optimizing demand creation performance. He committed to nurturing his sales opportunities. Water them all, Brian, gradually, carefully, and with just the right amount of love and attention. He invested in Televerde's market research, account profiling, and relationship mapping to better understand market sweet spots, to identify decision makers, and reveal the pains and challenges his company could help their prospective clients to address. Brian got smarter. That carrot's getting closer, Brian, isn't it? He addressed his data issues by investing in an ongoing data enrichment and data management program, targeted by demographics, firmographics, and install base. With better data, Brian's sales team now had better quality leads and more net new business. Because Brian addressed his PD quickly and thoroughly, what used to be pipeline dysfunction is now PFF, pipeline fully functional, chock full of leads, and Brian's happy. He's able to accurately forecast what's going to close this quarter, next quarter, the quarter after that, and even a year from now. Oh, Brian, doesn't that feel good? His sales reps are actively working leads with a high probability to close. No more wasted time and lost productivity. They're grateful, and Brian's feeling the love. Thumbs up, everyone. Brian has market insight and metrics he's never had before. Look at all those inquiries, MQLs, SALs, SQLs, and closed won metrics. And how about those conversion rates? Check those out. Nice pipeline, Brian. Brian's chief financial officer invites him over for a barbecue at the close of each quarter. You go, Brian. Thanks to Televerde's Exactus database and its millions of highly accurate contact records, Brian's data guy is now swimming in a sea rich with big, fresh data. Now, doesn't that feel refreshing? His CEO gave Brian a big raise this year and a juicy budget to support his demand creation needs. And Brian's wife is happy too. She affectionately calls him Mr. Big. Pipeline, that is. Happy selling, Brian. Do not take outsourced demand creation if you enjoy pipeline dysfunction or PD and the depression and stress associated with it. Skipping doses of outsourced demand creation may lead to recurrences of pipeline dysfunction. Taking too much outsourced demand creation may result in overfull pipelines lasting more than 3 months. For more information about PD and how you can beat it, visit www.televerde.com/pipeline dysfunction.